Now, in this section, we are going to cover what I was using as my daily stud template. You can customize it based on your time and also your free time. However, the first 10 minutes, make sure that you revise yesterday's mistakes, okay? Your first 10 minutes, revise yesterday's mistakes. This is very important. Most of the time, as you start practicing on the questions, you're likely going to fail most of them. And like we said, you should be able to classify whether it's knowledge area or knowledge gap, or is it something to do mindset gap or reading mistake. So what you didn't get right yesterday, try to read it the following day and try to master exactly how did you get it wrong, and then you move on. Then 60 minutes, 45 to 60 minutes, make sure you learn one focus topic. So this is very important, especially when you move towards the end of your study. You want to focus on one topic. Today, I want to focus on planning process group. You go through it. Today, I want to focus on stakeholder management. You go through it. Today, I want to focus on integration of systems. You go through it. So you need to spend that. I use that. It was helpful. I think it can help you also. Then your 30 minutes, you must have timed questions for a specific topic. This is very important. Say, for example, you want only to answer questions on risk management or risk domain. So it means you focus on the risk questions, you time yourself, see if you're getting it right. So this is where the simulator is very important. Then your 15 minutes, always update your mistake log. This is very important. We spoke about this. How did you get it wrong? So this is very important for you. In this slide, I'm going to discuss with you the suggested week plan or rhythm that you should have, which I also used to pass PMP. So the first one is, like I told you, I did it in 8 weeks, okay? So the first week and the second week, I was understanding the foundations of PMP and also the domains, okay? Which is exam content outline we are seeing here. These are exam content outline domains. And also you need to spend more time understanding agile, understanding predictive, and also understanding what is hybrid. So these are long topics, I can tell you. But the moment you master them, the moment you understand what it means, it becomes very easy for the other sections to understand them. Whether you should apply agile, you should apply hybrid, you should also apply predictive. Most likely are going to get questions on agile, questions on predictive, and also questions on hybrid. Then from week 3 to week 4, this is where you're now expected to be focusing more of your study on people, processes, and on a daily basis, try to go through about 20 to 40 questions. This works very well. I've done it, and I believe you can also do it. So just make sure that in your week 3 to week 4, you're actually focusing on people, processes, deep dive into processes. There's an extra book on processes that you should read at least once before you go for exam. And then on a daily basis, you have 20 to 40 questions that you should also focus on. Then on week 5 to week 6, what I was doing was actually to go through full practice sets. And most likely you're not going to get everything correct. You're also going to have some wrong answers as you practice. So the best that you can do when you're practicing is once you get something wrong, don't panic about it. Don't cry about it. What you have to do is actually to go back, refer to a specific section of PM book, which you were supposed to have used to answer that. In some cases, it might not be a specific section, but it might also be a mindset. So you go back, you analyze, you check what mindset were you supposed to use at that particular point. That is also very, very important to consider. Then on week 7, what I was actually doing, which I believe you can also do, is to start now focusing on the mock exams. You time yourself. Are you actually finishing on time? You also check for your stamina, okay? And then you also go for your mindset patterns. We're going to cover these mindsets later on in the video. So, so in terms of timing, it's very important. So your 60 questions, make sure it's 8 minutes. And then your 108 questions, make sure that's also 4 hours. Then on the stamina, it's also very important to consider on the stamina. I can tell you, it's not very easy to sit on a chair for 4 hours and still focused on the exam. So the best that you can do is to make sure that you are actually focused on your exam. And you need to practice that. For me, I think I've done about 6, if I'm not mistaken, I've done 6 practice or mock exams for exactly 4 hours. And just for me to build that stamina, I had to make sure that I take the 10-minute break. There are supposed to be 2 of them for 108 questions. So make sure that you are also getting these 180 questions. I've used Andrew Ramadan simulator, exam simulator. It has got so many questions. You can also use those ones. But it's quite important that you also build this stamina. Then when it comes to mindset, mindset is very important because this is what you are going to use during the exam to eliminate so many answers. So if you don't understand the exam mindset or PMP mindset, it will be very difficult for you to go through the exam and also passing it in the first attempt. So we're going to cover the mindset later on in the video. So you need to wait for that slide. Then on week 8, what I was actually doing was to do now the light versions, okay? And making sure that all my formulas, including EVMs, including calculation of floats, they're also they were also part of it. Make sure all your formulas, you know them. Then also take some rest. For me, I used to take a walk. I go to the gym, take a walk. And then you also look at your exam logistics. So I can tell you from experience, week 7 and week 8 is where you are going to be sure whether you are ready to take the exam or you're not ready to take exam. It's going to test you for a lot of things. So if you are finding that you're getting at least 80% in your mock exams or your practice, most likely you're going to make it in your first attempt to PMP exam.